The Pentagon is deploying more troops to the southern border. It's one of many moves by President Trump to tackle illegal immigration.
Well, the administration is also warning state and local governments there will be consequences for failing to comply with its immigration policies. Dale Hurd has the story.
The Defense Department is sending at least 1,500 additional active-duty ground troops to the southern border in what may be only the first wave of several deployments. About 2,500 troops are already there. In his first live interview on Fox News, Trump defended his aggressive response to illegal immigration.
This was a gross miscarriage of common sense to allow people to come in. And I believe the number is 21 million people, and a large percentage of them are criminals. Prisons from all over the world have been emptied out into our country by Biden, allowing it to happen.
Meanwhile, 22 state attorneys general have filed suit to block Trump's executive order to end birthright citizenship. Congress ratified the 14th Amendment after the Civil War, which stated that all people born in the country were citizens. It was aimed at establishing full citizenship rights for Black Americans who suffered under slavery. A Justice Department memo warns that state and local governments will be investigated if they fail to comply with the new immigration policies. Trump also warned he might cut federal funds to sanctuary cities.
The president's been clear, I've been clear, that right out of the gate we're looking for public safety threats. ICE agents are out there doing that now.
The White House has also lifted the ban on immigration arrests at churches and schools, a change in long-standing immigration enforcement policy. At Tuesday's National Prayer Service, Bishop Mary Ann Buddy asked Trump to have empathy for marginalized people, including undocumented immigrants.
They may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President.
However, the head of the Family Research Council, Tony Perkins, a pastor, defended ICE officers entering churches.
A church is a safe haven for sinners, but not a safe harbor for rapists and murderers. But if these churches are being used to house and to harbor murderers and rapists and other criminals that are here illegally, I think the government has a right to go in and remove them.
The House Wednesday passed the Laken Riley Act, named after a Georgia nursing student who was murdered last year by a Venezuelan man who entered the U.S. illegally. It requires the detainment of unauthorized immigrants accused of theft and violent crimes. 46 Democrats joined Republicans in passing the first bill the president signs. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
Well, let's hope for common sense to prevail. Let's also hope for civility to prevail. One of the instructions to ICE is please use reasonable means. And so in that, do you really want to interrupt a church service in order to get somebody out of a pew? And I don't think that's reasonable. So please don't do that. You can wait. The service isn't going to go on forever. And at some point in time, you'll be able to catch whoever you're looking for. I have always wondered, always is probably not too strong, but definitely the last 4 years, what in the world was on their minds to let the southern border be open? It makes no sense to me. And for now there to be this sort of backlash that we're going to create sanctuary cities and ICE is not going to be able to operate within our city limits, again, it just makes no sense. Either we enforce the immigration laws or we change them. I don't think the administration has an option. The laws were passed by Congress. They were signed by previous administrations. This is why we call it illegal immigration. So are you going to enforce that law or not? Right now, Trump is saying he's enforcing it. So yay, he's enforcing the laws that are already on the books. In all the turmoil there is in the world today, there is a source of absolute truth that will guide you.
Transform your life through God's Word, CBN's newest study guide. You'll also receive insightful teaching from Gordon Robertson, plus access to Regent University's online course.
You'll have all the information you need to guide your life.
Get Transform Your Life through God's Word. Available now.